My sisters and brothers, I greet you all with the love and peace of the Lord. I invite you to meditate together with me on the Holy Word of God of 15th January 2022. The focus of our reflection: God's ways and choices are not always comprehensible. Many times, his designs are upsetting and unconventional as well. But no one can question the wisdom in them. God chooses Saul as the king of Israel at the adamant request of the people. But why does he choose him? Is it just because he was very handsome and well built and strong? Certainly not, because God is least bothered about the externals. Does not God know that later on Saul would turn malevolent, going against God's heart? In the Gospel too, Jesus chooses Levi, a tax collector, as one of his 12 apostles. Certainly, it was not a bright choice nor a right one in the sight of the world. Levi was labeled as a sinner due to his job as a tax collector. He was despised by society. But Jesus calls him to follow him, to be his disciple. What are his criteria? We are not fully clear of Jesus' criteria, but we can be sure that the criteria of Jesus are not in tune with the criteria of the world. It is not social status or dignity. It is not a high level of the family. It is not the person's good looks. It is not intelligence. It is not competence. If these were to be the criteria of Jesus, many of the clergy and the religious will not stand the test. It is ultimately God's benevolent choice. It is his selfless love that wants to be in solidarity with us. It is his sharing love that wants to make us his companions and friends. That is why he freely and happily eats with tax collectors and sinners. He calls the sick and not the healthy. He chooses the sinners and not the righteous. He has also a purpose, a goal. He entrusts us his own mission. It is to spread his kingdom of love, justice, joy, and peace. For belonging to him, for following him, there are no conditions or criteria. All are welcome. What we are before the call is not the matter. What we will become in his following is what matters the most. And now the direction and the directive for our life. Instead of wasting time in reasoning out the criteria for God's choices and actions, it is better to understand his will and expectations in calling us and strive to live worthy of his call.